Welcome aboard, everybody. Here we are at the. Okay, I only see this word written. Penultimate
Penultimate.
episode?
Penultimate.
Okay. Penultimate. Okay. See, that's what happens when you read and don't speak a lot and are introverted.
We had this discussion at at the con for the very same reason.
We're at the second to last episode of By Leaps and Bounties, presented by Rook and Rasp. This is episode 13, the Carnevale, part 1. We have a 2-part finale this time. And we are using the 7th Sea 2nd edition. So that is by Chaosium. And we are super excited to get underway. We had lots of planning and lots of things happening last time. But before we talk about that, we will introduce ourselves. I'm Danny. I am the storyteller here. I play everybody that these 4 lovely people do not play. And I try to manage the chaos with only minimal success. And so let's start with John this time. Please introduce yourself.
Right. Well, hi everyone, I am John, and I play Gianni Messina, the Vadachi Rogue.
Rue.
Hi, my name is Rue. I play Ace McYanson, the group's gunslinger and resident sailor.
And Michael.
Hi, I'm Michael, and I play Andreas Carraris, the Sarmatian Commonwealth duelist, with a friend.
It's right there. It's right, friend, quote unquote. And last but not least, Alla.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alla, a very dedicated Montaigne fan, playing Ninette Primevère, who is Montaigne. Very normal human being from Montaigne.
Very normal.
I'm glad you worked it in there. I was
Yeah.
hoping you would.
The most
Oh.
dedicated.
That old
The
DMF.
most. Yeah. All right, excellent. So last time, our folks discovered that Ace's brother was trying to get a hold of them and let them know some information, but was abruptly cut off from contact. Silenced. So Ace, in a fervent attempt to rescue her brother, went to see her mother, who had a plan, and they were discussing plans, but plans had to be moved up. And so they got everyone together. We now have the Pot of Gold and the Sapphire Dawn and the Belladonna, and the officers of said ships have come together and created a plan to both rescue the person that Captain Stormrider was able to get on the Whisper, and Kaya, Ace's brother, and Stormrider's son, other child. And meanwhile, while at the same time trying to thwart Silent Death. I said it correctly this time. Silent Death. And yeah, so lots of tension. And the last thing that happened as they were discussing things was thunder was boomed in the distance. And so we once again have our book. We have brought it out onto the table. And dark cover, almost black. And it says, By Leaps and Bounties. Carved, embossed into the cover along the side, book 2. We have 4 oval panels. One with strings going back and forth, woven. The other has a silhouette, much like the one that is behind Michael right now. And the third has what is half of a design that looks like a combo of a ship's wheel and a compass. And the fourth is drops. with a reddish tinge, looking like blood. We flip through, and now we are coming towards the end of the book as we flip through all the previous chapters that had happened before. We see chapter 13, the Carnevale, part 1. And below it is a quote. Attack rapidly, ruthlessly, viciously, without rest. However tired and hungry you may be, the enemy will be more tired, more hungry. Keep punching. George Patton. So, the picture is of the interior of the Belladonna in the room, and we see a table and a lot of the characters that we have seen throughout the season. Around this table, we see our 4 beloved heroes, Gianni, Ace, Andreas, and Alla, and Nanette playing. Oh, and
Wow.
Nanette!
Oh.
No, we mixed them up.
Basically the same person.
I mean,
Basically the same person.
Ala is a dedicated Montaigne fan.
Same fan.
Where else would she be?
Yes. We see Captain Stormrider, Captain O'Connell, and her officers, and some of the other officers of the Belladonna and the Sapphire Dawn. And as we zoom in, color starts to bleed in the picture. We see the colors on everyone's clothes, and we can smell the water. We hear the low murmur of voices as we see everybody talking, starting to move their heads while looking at each other and discussing. And we are now completely in this scene in the planning area, or which is the captain's quarters of the Belladonna, the war room, which has now been dubbed. So yes, there had been a plan, somewhat put in place. So please go ahead and reiterate or discuss what this plan is going to be.
Gianni kind of looks off towards the storm, is like, pretty much like, oh, well, shit.
Well, yeah.
I think if you're gonna do Plan B, we need to get that started now.
Which plan is Plan B again? Because we did.
I think it's
Plan-
planned.
plan
Plan
B.
B is that B.
Looking out the portal, can I see? Can I see the can I see the storm? Can I get an idea of how far away it is, or do I need to go above decks?
It's about, well, I mean, you can see that it is sort of centering around where you know the cove to be. However far away.
He's
summoning it right now.
Oh.
Right on top of the ship. Okay.
Well, we know
Well-
he's not affected by it, so
Yeah, but I mean, you would think his ship still would be. I don't know. I don't understand how you can make weather only hurt other people. But I will say, I mean, Gianni, are you confident you can fly into that safely? And it is a metal bee, correct? So it wouldn't be prone to
Gold.
lightning.
Mhm.
And if you
oh,
die,
it's gold.
it's
Gold
gold.
isn't
gold isn't conducive. That's a conductive. Yes.
It's really conductive.
Oh wait.
I mean, it's small enough. Lightning wouldn't go after something that small.
Unless he makes it.
I don't think he'll know I'm coming. But I will look out the window. Do I see? I look with the sight. I look at the lines of fate. What do I see?
You definitely see the lines there, much like you had seen before, woven into the storm. But there's not as many. It's not as thick as the one before.
And we cannot see his ship yet, right? We're outside the cove and around a bit.
I assumed. Yes.
Yeah. No, I believe that is where we were having a rendezvous. Well, honestly, Johnny, it's up to you what you wish to do as far as that goes. One way or another, and I look at Ilyana, Storm Rider, and I say, we'll get them off the boat one way or another.
I'm going, but I will do something before I leave. Does anybody have a spare lifeboat or anything?
Either one, y'all have a lifeboat. The other two boats do.
I mean,
so you
they
can
brought
take
they brought back our
whatever you like.
longboat, didn't they?
We have our longboat, and we probably have lifeboats on top of that.
I'm going to... From what I remember, and this is where I might need help remembering. So, Danny, when I am in the form of the bee, although I can see the lines of fate, I can't... Do my lines now appear on the bee, or do they still appear on me?
They'd be on you. Because, yeah.
Yeah, because it's on your body, not your
Yeah.
whatever.
You're so.
I mean, it's like senses. You're still connected to your body. It's not like a complete severance, because what happens to the bee happens to your body and vice versa. So I'd imagine the lines would still be with your body.
There's probably a line between you and the bee, but
I'd imagine.
it's not like what you're thinking.
Right.
Before I go, would you like me to tie off my line to a boat to be pushed away from your ships, so that hopefully the storm doesn't center on you?
I don't think it's gonna matter. We're here. I don't think he needs to send it to you.
He may be using it defensively as well.
Yeah, he may just be. It may just sit on the cove and prevent us from getting to him. Or so he thinks.
Well, then that's the plan. I need my 2 pieces of paper. If you'll hand them to the bee here in a moment.
Here, bee. Have some paper.
So yeah, I will pull out the bee, find someplace comfortable to rest my body, and hit the button.
So
All right.
Was it 2 pieces of marked paper? What?
One
Why-
for each of the people you're rescuing, I'm assuming.
Oh, okay. Just
I
in
thought
case
it
they're
was
not
one for each of
together.
the Porte mages.
Yeah.
I thought Vivienne did not want to walk.
She expressed little interest in it, from what I recall as well.
Okay.
But I think one for each of the.
One for each of the Porte mages. We can find the others. We can find them.
Hopefully they're together.
Yeah.
That's like plans.
Yeah. You can, Stormrider will send for Brigitte, or she would have done so already. So Brigitte arrives, and while the captains are preparing their ships to take position on the sides, as planned. So they're kind of preparing and going back to their ships and, pulling back the boards and trying to get into position on either side of the cove as planned. And Brigitte is going to stay. So she's with Gianni's body, which would probably be the best way to explain it. She's a little she's a Porte mage, and she's, and she's seen some weird stuff in her time. So, you just explain, okay, he's going to be out for a little bit, but it's fine. Just be here.
I'm assuming we'll keep him in the war room or somewhere. One of
Safe,
the more
yeah,
structurally
comfortable.
sound parts of the ship.
Probably.
And usually the captain's cabin is not.
Yeah.
I would
And
say.
Vivian can remain on standby. I assume somebody can let her know to be waiting. case something happens. And Brigitte will mark both of a couple pieces of paper or whatever. And all right.
Can
Yes.
Nina wants to know if the mark that she had Vivian make is still in Phoenixillo, or if it's in the direction we're heading. It's really just a precautionary measure of, are they going to have to deal with a Porte maid?
She indicates that is definitely towards the cove when you ask her.
Well, let's keep that in our back pocket. We may need to create a distraction.
Yeah. If you ask Vivienne, and she's like, "Oh, yes, it is here," and she will, point over in that direction. Okay. All right. So, Gianni, you are now a bee.
And off I fly.
All right. Fly up out of the Belladonna, heading towards the cove. As you get closer, it starts to get a little harder to fly. But let's go ahead and let's see. You're a bee, so trying to see what would be the best way. Okay, go ahead and roll your own brawn and athletics. And you will need 4 successes on this before you roll. If there's anything you would like to do. This is, as it gets windier, colder, and you start to feel rain on your little gold bee body every once in a while. Yeah, so go ahead and roll that.
All right. Ooh, yas. I can tell you right now that I already have 4 successes.
Wow, nice.
I rolled 2 10s right off the bat. So
Now, remember,
Nice.
are you at a rank 4 on this skill, whatever you're doing? Okay, then you need to do your 15s. Okay.
Mm,
which is how I got my, this adding 5 to
Okay.
the.
Okay.
all right. So what's your total? 5? Okay. Perfect. All right. So it's a bit difficult, but you managed. You're still flying around. Flight of the bumblebees. All of that. And you've got your 2 little things clutched in your little bee paws. Guess legs. I don't know if they have a special name for bee appendages, but for sure. Or better yet, you can just have stuck them like a pin on your stinger there, and they're just I don't know. However you want to do it.
Cute as it would be, I probably would just carry them in my legs, tucked under my thorax.
Indeed. Yeah. So you manage to get to around to the cove, and you see the whisper. And the closer you get, you start to see more detail, and you see Silent Death. Who, gosh, when was the last time you laid eyes on him? Not sure. But he is standing on the bow of the whisper. And he is holding his hands up. And you can see this blue, bits of lightning crackling around the bracers. And in your sight, your sortie sight, you see all of these lines coming from not only around the ship, but even outside of the ship, heading to the bracers. And you see those lines going from the bracers up into the storm above. All right. So we will leave you there for a second, heading to the Whisper. The others, what are we preparing? What are we doing?
Are
The
we
other
just-
three?
are we
Captain?
just-
Ace, take the wheel.
Okay. Oh yeah, well, here we go. Are we just driving in? that
No,
what
I
we
think
decided?
we'll still wait for Gianni to get back, but I think that going in once Gianni's there to create a distraction is going to be the best. And I think in your hands, the Belladonna is going to do well. I'll go with Gianni because I'm a fighter, not a sea captain. If I've learned anything over these past couple of weeks, is I really am not great at this job.
Well,
So
it's a hard job, Captain.
So-
just know.
treat her right, meaning the Belladonna. And
I treat all my women right. Thank you.
Johnny and I will get your brother back.
Sounds good. Yeah, let's do this. I will probably if since the other two ships have moved off, I'll put us in a little better position, but I'll stay out of sight of the cove
Yeah.
entrance.
And okay, so Ace, you're preparing, getting the ship ready and set into position. When you get up to the deck to do so, you can see the other ships moving off. You know, you can see your mom on the head of the Whisper, the head of the Sapphire Dawn.
I was like,
ships
Mom!
going all over the
No,
place
that's
here.
right. Yeah, I was like, Mom, no, betrayed, betrayed in the penultimate episode. No, I'm gonna pull the ship over, probably on the side. Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Oh, oh!
I thought it was going to be my connection tonight.
Nope, it's Danny. Well, just a second, guys. We've got technical difficulties. Give us a second.
We apologize.
Sorry about that, everybody. Technical difficulties. Uh, somehow. Silent Death really does not want this to happen, I guess. So we're using other means. I don't know.
Means we're gonna win, guys.
We're the
Threatened.
heroes.
We're scared. All right. Anyway, so we had Ace. Let's get back to it. So Ace was getting the ship prepared and in position, able to see Captain O'Connell and Captain Starrider going off to settle their ships where they're going to be. All right. So Andreas, what is Andreas doing?
Andreas starts heading towards where Gianni is, after properly arming himself and everything, and looks over and goes, "So, aren't you a Lord of the Storms?" To his Davis.
And he said, to the Davis?
Yep.
Davis says, well, I am many things. What do you mean?
All I know is that there's some conjure of cheap tricks over there, showing up your ability to work with anything like this.
Are you trying to appeal to my pride?
Of course I am.
Well, I suppose if I cared about those things truly, it might affect me. I mean, haven't we made a little bit of a deal for this sort of thing?
We have. Which is why I know you can
Well,
do the things with that.
Right? Well, what exactly do you want to do? You know how this works.
Mm-hmm.
Give me something, I shall give you something. Or your ships can go to the bottom of this cove. Makes no difference to me.
One moment, just but a moment. You take control of the storm. Lessen its impact on our ships. Increase its impact on his ships. But don't increase his cost that he is putting into it so he doesn't have to draw from his crew anymore. Use it to rip through his rigging. Shred his sails. And in return, I'll do something I haven't done in months.
Mhm.
From his crew, you'll get your price in blood.
A lawyer voice interjection. Kaya is part of that crew.
I'm the one who has to.
As your legal counsel, I should advise you.
Danny, no. Danny. Gianni, fly over there now.
I will say,
Andreas is gambling with the life of my brother.
Dare you?
I will say this. I'm not sure I'd want to be on the other end of Ace or Storm Rider if you happen to injure their family or their crew.
You think they could do something to me?
I think that they are patient and they will wait until you are free, and then they will do whatever they can to end your existence. You harm Kaya or Storm Rider's crew as part of that, as part of this deal, when I eventually free you, because we both know what's going to happen, instead of only me dedicated to hunting you, you will have 3 people dedicated to hunting you. So they are exempt from your price of blood.
The bodies, then. That's what you're offering, is it not?
Their lives,
The
yes.
blood. And the only 2 to be spared are this Kaya and that lovely little spy on board.
Yes.
Alright.
And I
Just so
specifically
I feel as
say-
a GM, I should warn you that also includes Dubois, Villanova, and Silent Death.
I will technically argue that Giovanni Villanova, is not a member of his crew, which I specifically specified as the price of blood.
Mm-hmm.
Dubois, yes. Silent Death, technically is not a member of his own crew, but Giovanni Villanova is exempt from that because he is not a member of Silent Death's crew.
Silent Death is captain of the crew.
Uh-huh.
I mean...
I give
you
it my
could
best.
probably argue Villanova on a technicality, but the
I know
other
I could argue
two-
that one on a technicality. Oh no, and I know Dubois.
Yeah?
This is gonna be a lot of corruption points.
And Silent Death.
I have my marching orders.
I'm assuming that no one else is here to hear this and protest. But
Giovanni's body is there.
If he can get away,
Johnny's
he can get
body
away.
is there. Yeah, I'm hearing it
Mhm.
too.
I was making my way through the ship when I was doing this to wherever we had done that.
Mm-hmm. So, reiterate your request.
So effectively, we are unaffected by the storm.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the pain and so all of the terribleness that Silent Death was going to do with the storm instead happens to his ship, shredding his rigging, tearing up his sails. Basically, it effectively disable his ship.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so basically, the Davis is taking over, is now controlling the storm instead of Silent Death to take his big thing out of there.
And using it to attack the Whisper. That's what you're asking. Take
Yes.
control of the ship and use the storm to attack the Whisper. Indeed. Okay. Alrighty then. Alright. Alright. The Davis says, we have a deal then. And the Davis is no longer there. Alrighty then. Nanette. What is Nanette doing? We will leave that.
Unaware of this, Nanette's gonna try to bolster the crew's morale. And she's mostly doing this, by reminding everyone that we have bested Silent Death and his domes on multiple occasions, and this is by far not his strongest. We have defeated monsters of legend. And on the other side of that storm is just a man. Man who is scared of the capabilities of this crew, who also has a very, very high bounty on his head, which I look forward to sharing with all of you.
Sure.
We can't motivate them with heroics, we can motivate them with money.
Yeah, there you go. The Montaigne Creed. Let's do wits and, are we doing convince, perform, empathy? What do you want to do? How are we doing this?
You know, she's gonna go with the empathy route, just because it is...
Alright.
She's appealing to kind of what they know and what they've done. I don't think she needs to convince them, as more just reassure them that our talented team of leaders is very capable and we will get this done. Well, I also started off with a lot of 10s here, so... Oh boy. It's a total of 5 raises.
Alright, cool, yeah. It seems to work. If Pip and Squeak are there to hear it, they're ready to go. They're you know, the two boys are, you know, they're yeah, you know, and like all this stuff and everything like that. The older ones are a little more, the actual older adult crew are a little more subdued, but you seem to have had a good effect. A good effect. So this will have bonuses when you're asking the crew to do things and stuff like that during the battle, because they are pepped up and ready to do this. Sweet. All right. Okay. Gianni. All right. So you're a B. You're now. The Whisper is here. You can get on the deck. What you gonna do now?
I am looking for portholes, ways to get through the ship, trying to find Kaya. We met at the duel, so I do know what he looks like. So that's, and I'll probably even start trying to find fate lines, see if I see any leading deeper into the ship that are feeding Silent Death.
There are definitely some that are doing that. Let's see. Wits and notice. Let's do wits and notice. You will need 4.
Alright, not my best roll. Or not my best, block of skills to stat. But we might have some hope. Alright, and we are right at 4. Just by the hair of my teeth.
Alright. Alright, so you manage to slip inside the ship. And you are buzzing around, looking for Kaya. And you haven't found him yet, but you have managed to evade being noticed buzzing around. So you're now inside. You managed to find a way to get inside underneath the decks, and so now you're looking around there, and you have not been seen yet. You do see crew going around and doing things, and you see fate lines going from them out to the deck, and you're pretty sure this is how you're now seeing how it's happening as they're going around. Yeah, so we'll leave you there. You are now down below looking for Kaya. All right, so Ace, go ahead. Wits and notice. This definitely has to do with sight.
Oh shit! Character sheet time. Not that I don't know what my wits and notice are. Because it's fucking amazing. Okay, is this with my eyeballs?
Eyeballs.
And let's see. Oh, this isn't a physical risk. Just take 10. Damn. Sorry, doing math. Not. Oh wait, you know what? Still not enough. Okay, 4 with 3 left over.
All right, cool. Something odd is happening to the storm that you can see on the horizon. It's kind of turning this weird, supernatural looking, magic-y looking purple color.
At least they're keeping it fabulous.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, that doesn't leave a good taste in my mouth. Okay. I am going to signal to the Pot of Gold and to the Sapphire Dawn to be aware that fuckery is happening. That seems unusual for what we've seen in Silent Death.
Alright. So this wits and notice roll, because the storm is, it's obvious. Like, the color change is obvious.
Sure,
and you can even hear some of the crew around you whispering. But this type of color looks very, very, very familiar.
Yeah, Ace picked up on that.
You've seen it before in Sharoots.
Yeah.
That's what the wits and notice is.
Okay. Yeah.
It looks very much like when Andreas made a deal in
And with
Charuz for
Storm,
the
yeah.
other storm. Mhm.
Yeah, Ace takes note of that, and she tucks that in her back pocket for dealing with later. It's not worth it right now.
Mhm. Alrighty then.
She's acting captain as far as she's concerned.
Mhm. All right. So yeah, Andreas, what are you doing now that you have sent the Davis off?
Waiting. I have to
Waiting.
wait for Gianna to get back so
Alrighty
that we
then.
can walk
All right. Where are you waiting?
next to Gianni's body with Brigitte, with the Brigitte.
Yeah.
Now, I thought
All right.
Leon was going to go in the walk,
It was both Leon and myself.
and Gianni.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we had talked about the two of them as our most capable melee combatants.
Okay. As long as that is Brigitte able to do that and come back.
She can take 2 others besides herself.
Okay, so we can't do.
So she can take 3. She can take 1 person with her, but if she takes 2, she can do that, but she wouldn't be able to take anybody back with her.
So once you guys are over there, you're over there. That's what I'm saying. That's why I thought it was just going to be Leon and Gianni, maybe. I didn't even know if it was going to be Gianni.
Well, I think Gianni was planning so he can cut Silent Death's ability to use Sorte. But
Yeah, that was planned.
at that point, we'll be able to close in and engage them militarily
Okay.
and get our combatants off.
I wanted to make sure that we weren't hobbling Brigitte before she could get the people she's supposed to be getting. She's supposed to be getting Kaya and Julia off the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to make sure we're not hobbling her. I don't know how any of that works, but if she takes wounds or whatever.
All right.
Right, because
Cool.
Kaya and Julia are the priority. We'll get there
Right.
one way or the other.
Nanette, where is Nanette placing herself at this point after her rousing speech to the crew?
Well, she'll probably go below decks and start preparing for combat as before. But she also wants to grab Vivian and make sure that they're ready for the walk as well. And to Vivian, she says that I'm afraid of that they may run into some resistance. So when they prepare to walk, let's prepare to pull back your mark. That should hopefully give a slight distraction. At least to get them on board. On board.
She says, very well, I will be ready. What's a notice, Nanette?
Four successes.
All right. You also note this storm and how out the port window, wherever you are, and note the very familiar color.
Admittedly, she wasn't there for when they fought at the docks, but she's hung around with the Davis enough to understand a certain aesthetic style. Flair, some might say.
Indeed. A certain je ne sais quoi.
You know, the little something.
It's called aubergine, actually.
Aubergine. It's purple. You called it purple? That is aubergine. I'm sorry. Yeah. So
With
yeah,
gentle
so
highlights
while
of
not-
lilac.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
so
now-
while you don't necessarily recognize it from I mean, you're kind of like, this feels Davis-y. This feels fabulous. So, yeah. Okay. So there's that. All right. Gianni, another what's been noticed, please. 3 this time.
All right, here we go. I'm just getting lucky. This is exactly 3 because I got a 8-2, 8-2, 8-3.
All right. So you're buzzing around, and you get to what looks like a brig. And while you've seen brigs before, this one looks very particularly nasty. You know, you've seen brigs in all sorts of ships. Brigs in merchant ships, if necessary, you know, brigs in military ships at certain points. This is, you wouldn't put an animal in here, let alone people. It's gross. And you can imagine, even through your bee senses, it smells awful. And you think there's blood and other things that you don't want to imagine along the walls and things like that.
One may even say it smells awful.
Yes.
John Thompson.
Wow.
John Thompson, you're fired.
This is serious. Penultimate episode, not pun time.
Yeah. This penultimate. Penultimate!
I didn't want to say
Oh
it.
my god. All right.
I knew you thought it first.
I thought it, and then I was like, I'm restraining myself.
But you see, what looks like Kaya, in one of these cells, laying on the floor.
I look. Is there a fate line leading to him?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a fate line like aces leading to him, to his wrist?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that way I can verify. I put a note here. I drop one of the sheets here.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't seem to be conscious as you buzz closer.
Do I see this other spy, this other individual?
You do not see anyone else.
Okay. They just I know they had either described or said where that person would be.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'm off to go find
They
them now.
described what they looked like. Yeah, for sure. All right, cool. So now you're gonna go try to find Julia. All right.
Yep.
Excellent. All right. Ace, as you're watching this storm, it seems to be very concentrated. It's not rolling at all. It's not coming forward, moving to the side, spreading out. It seems very, very concentrated. And everybody, Ace, everybody hears incredibly, incredibly loud thunder and then cracks of lightning. And Ace, being on top of the ship, you see this bright purple lightning come from the storm.
Okay. I can see the storm above, like the land masses, right? I still can't see into the cove. I am going to make a decision to creep forward a little bit. I'm gonna
Move
do
the
a
ship
little,
forward a bit.
I'm gonna do a little looky-loo into the cove.
All I'm picturing is like the bow of a ship looking at the thing of the cove,
just-
like
you know, like they do in the cartoons.
We just need our foremast out there, just like, ew.
Yeah. I pull out my Acme brand around the corner spyglass. I Looney Tunes it. I Wile E. Coyote that shit. But yeah, so I am. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna call orders to move the ship
All right,
forward.
closer.
Yeah, and
All right.
to stop in sight of the entrance to the cove, and we're just gonna we're gonna deal with it. Have changed. This is not the agreed upon plan, so now we're winging it.
Woohoo! And it only took like no rounds for the plan to change almost.
Honestly,
Yeah,
that tracks.
That's
that
how it
tracks
always goes.
for us.
Somebody
yeah.
always breaks off.
All right, Andreas. So yes, you hear from below the cracks of lightning and whatever. Are you choosing? Are you staying? Are you doing anything else? Or
I'm still waiting to walk.
all right, cool. I'm just checking in just to make sure that you're still doing that. Nanette, yes, you hear that, of course, and look out and oh crap, purple lightning. Wow.
Well, that's definitely familiar.
You can all also tell that the ship has now started to move.
Yeah,
Move.
and
Yeah.
assuming we're pretty close to the walking plan, she's gonna head downstairs with Vivian to join the other, I guess, the boarding party. And,
Andreas, you also
the
feel
board
the ship
party.
moving.
but
It seems right. I mean, we were going to enter to act as a distraction.
Not yet, though. Not yet. We were going to do that after Gianni got back. That was the plan.
All right. So, you, Gianni, have heard that loud crack. Right. I mean, you swear it was probably right on top of this ship. It is so close. Like, and the light becomes so bright. I mean, for a second, even your bee eyes are like, you know.
This is very odd. I'm wondering if Silent Death is, if this is the resting place of the Carnevale. Maybe we're here. Maybe he's uncovering it. I don't know. This is getting weird.
All of that, I mean, weirdly enough, now everything seems to have kind of like, even to your bee eyes, has this kind of purple tinge to it. And the lightning seemed to be a very bright purple as well. Which, the times you've seen Silent Death Storms, that definitely wasn't like this color.
Okay, this is not normal. I want to finish. This is starting to freak me out a bit. I am really scrambling looking for Julia at this point.
All right, what's in notice? Let's do a 3 this time.
There we go. Okay. That is going to be 1, 2, 3 with 1 left over. Golly.
All right. You see, what looks to be what you know has been described as Julia. She has short, dark black hair, like here. She's smallish. She's wearing, a hat and all sorts of other mismatched clothes. She is, with a couple other crew members, it looks like, when you find her. It by your telling, it looks like she has not been discovered at all, because she seems like she's being a part of the crew right now, and they seem to be battening things down in this room. Looks to be like a galley storage room area that you're in right now.
I want to land on her hat and tuck the paper into like the band on her hat.
All right, excellent. I assume you're trying to do this stealthily.
Trying, yes.
Without being noticed. All right, cool. Well, let's see how well that try is.
Buzz, buzz.
Buzz, buzz. Finesse and hide. Let's do finesse. These things require dexterity. 4, if you would, please.
Well, I can definitely say that's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's finesse and hide is not one of my good rolls. So that is going to be just 2 successes.
Ooh, okay. Alright, so you're trying. But then you get noticed by Julia as you're close. And she starts bopping away at you with the thing that she has in her hand. So go ahead and do finesse and this will be athletics because you're trying to dodge here.
That's one of my good skills.
Yeah.
Gianni, if
3,
you die
please.
in this bee right now.
What a way to
All right.
go.
So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
And 5 total.
Perfect. So I will let you, with 5, your extra, your little opportunity, I'm going to let you put yourself in whatever position you would like as you're dodging. You can get away if you want. Put yourself strategically somewhere in this storage area if you like.
No chance that I could, like, land anywhere else on her?
Sure. I'll let you go ahead and you managed to buzz around and dodge and managed to land quietly on her. And she's lost you now. Doesn't know where you are. You've managed to dodge enough that she lost you. So yeah, where you want to be, on her shoulder, on her back?
On her shoulder would be fine.
Okay.
Does she have a
Right.
bandolier?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she has it's not like weapons, but it is like a bag thing where she's carrying stuff.
I'll try to wedge it there.
Alright. Cool. Alright, cool. Alright, we'll leave you to do that. Okay, so, Ace, so now you are close to the storm. You're closer to the cove. And the closer you get, I mean, it's very purple. And when you can get around near the cove and get closer, your hair, as you're getting closer, like electricity, it starts to, tingle and kind of, like the little hairs on your arm and everything like that there's a lot of electricity in this area.
Ace is just like, okay. I thought I only got frizzy in the summer, but here we go. Yeah, so can she see the whisper?
If she can get up to the crow's nest, yes, she will be able to see through a gap to be able to see into the cove and see the whisper. We'll say that.
Does Ace trust getting into the crow's nest when we have a demon storm?
You are also the acting captain. I'm sure someone else could man the crow's nest.
No one has
get
my
up to the
eyes.
crow's nest. Sure.
There's got to be someone else with specialize on this boat. Says Gianni, and you
Does Gianni have special eyes?
for the fate.
Okay, fine.
Okay, Hey, Sam, get up in the top.
Alright! Gets up there.
Do you see the whisper?
And then there's a crack of lightning. Okay, there's a huge crack of lightning in the air. And what you see, what Sam shouts out, he's like, "Fuck! Lightning just hit the whisper."
Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Alright. Well, this timeline is different. I'm gonna shout for somebody to go below decks and let me know if Gianni has returned, because I assume no one's going to come up and tell me when they depart, so I'm going to see if he's returned yet.
You get quick word he is not.
Alright. Signal to the other two that we're headed in. And we're going in, and I'm gonna say prepare borders.
Guard your lines!
We got no time left.
Mm-hmm. Andreas, one of the crew comes down to where you are with Gianni and says the captain wants to know if Gianni has returned yet.
Not yet. Should be shortly.
And he runs off, looking like a very urgent situation. And you hear another crack of lightning. Hear another crack of lightning. All right. Nanette, again, crash of lightning, and you hear a lot of pitter patter of footsteps around, up above, around you. People running around. Ship is continuing to move. Now, and you're looking out the window, you can tell you're at the cove now. You can kind of see it.
Yeah, she's probably gonna go ahead and find Andreas and Gianni's body.
Mm-hmm.
Every time somebody says that, it gives me palpitations because I forget.
This is
not
your
too
doing,
hard
I
to
suppose.
find them.
Yes. Wanted to give us, say, an advantage at the sea. So, well, that, and I wanted to take away his greatest advantage.
That does not sound like it would be a small price to pay.
It's not.
I didn't want to wish to say this now, but I've noticed that since Charus you have been different. I understand that I was not at my best when I made deals with the place between. And I'm afraid you may be doing the same thing.
Surprisingly, this time I know exactly what I'm doing. And when I come out the other side, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen. But one way or another, I'll be free.
You know there are other ways. Much like Gianni did for me. I'm sure we could think of something
Probably.
less drastic.
It's really simple. He wants they want a price in blood. I'm not going to give it to him. I'm breaking the deal, so therefore, one way or the other, by not upholding my end, I will be free, because I can no longer chain them.
And you sure you want to do this by yourself? Well, and I suppose with Monsieur Leon and presumably Gianni?
Gianni's going to need someone to cover him while he severs Silent Death's magic.
Alright, I will trust that you will have it handled. I will try to make sure that you will have at least minimal resistance getting on board and getting everyone out.
I appreciate that. And if I don't come back in good a shape, try to make sure I'm still breathing after this.
Sting and I will do our best.
Thanks.
And I guess we'll wait.
All right, waiting in there with Andreas.
for Biani to come back.
Biani.
Nice.
Oh my god.
How did it take 2 seasons to get Biani?
I feel guilt for that one.
Good lord. Alright, moving on. Alright, you have now placed this mark. What now, Gianni?
Finding a way out of here, flying off, and getting back to the ship.
Sweet. Alrighty then. We shall do finesse and athletics.
Yay!
Order, please.
Nice. Okay, let me re-roll one here. There we go. Well, it should still end up pretty good. I'm looking at base of 4 successes
Alright.
with 2
excellent.
left over.
Alright. So, you're flying. You hear another huge crack of lightning. As you're flying out. You get to the deck, and you now see that this storm is purple. Even more so. And you see that now, part of the ship has purple flames on it.
Some 80s music.
And various crew members are trying to put it out. Silent Death is hurriedly signing orders.
This makes no sense. And I've heard of red corsairs, but purple pirates is new thing.
Shut the fuck up, John Thompson.
Just get back to the ship, John Thompson!
I'm coming.
Biani, get on the goddamn ship now! God!
All right. Are you going to continue on then?
Oh yeah, I'm booking it for the ship.
My
See your
BB
body
is
line?
out of here. All right. So you buzz. You find the ship much closer. They are like moving into the cove by the time you get there. Actually, so you don't have to go very far.
Yeah, we decided to meet you halfway.
Yeah. Ace is standing, I assume at the helm, perhaps? Where would Ace be?
I'm at the helm. In fact, I should have probably said it before, but I'm gonna catch the wind.
Alright.
And, we will arrive more quickly. I would have done that before, but we'll go. Now, the ship does take a critical hit for that. But, but yeah.
Alright.
Catch the wind.
Alright.
So whoever has our ship sheet,
Yeah.
mark that we have a critical hit.
Well,
So,
okay.
yeah, you buzz all the way down to where your body is, and you see Nanette and Andreas there, and Brigitte. And I assume you go back and... Okay, Gianni awakes.
All right, I'm back.
Yay!
Oh, what? Welcome back. Andres, would you mind sharing the nature of your deal with us?
Oh,
Just in case things go terribly wrong.
the Davis took control of the storm, is wrecking the rigging as well as the sails, disabling the ship. And in praise, I must kill every crew member except the price I said was that I would kill every crew member on board that ship except for Kaya, Julia, and Giovanni Villanova because he's not technically a member of the crew.
That is an awful lot of blood.
Which is why I'm not spilling any of it.
This is what Gianni's hearing when he comes back. This is what you're hearing.
I am just worried that if you don't spit it, the Davis may.
If I don't uphold my end of the deal, I can no longer chain. I can no longer chain the Davis. No longer has a connection to this world, nor can I chain it. So it gets back into having to negotiate for someone new to make deals with.
On a ship
Isn't that
full
bad?
of- That's kind of bad. I feel like you're just giving Silent Death more keys to the kingdom, potentially.
Sorry.
I'm sure you know what you're doing, but I think you have to be very careful with what you are about to do. Alright then, if Brigitte is ready. Leon, I may need a few of your people just in case.
All right. Before we go, I will be changing my major arcana.
Okay.
I will be giving myself the Moonless Night, Virtue of Settle,
Okay.
so that anytime that I act from the shadows or out of line of sight, I will be able to, at some point, I will be able to use my entire dice pool as raises.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Alrighty then. Vijit says, I feel 2 marks. Close by.
One will be to Julia, who is with 2 other crew members. They were securing things, if she is still doing that. And the other one, which will be further down, is into the Briggs.
Alright. Alrighty then. So who is going with Rashid?
You have 2 slots, right?
Sounds like
Okay.
it's gonna be Andreas and Gianni.
Yep. Leon, stick with the net.
Okay. So you're sending Leon with Nanette? Or keeping Leon with Nanette? Alright, cool. Alrighty then. You send word for that. And Leon will eventually show up. So it's gonna be you and Gianni?
Yep.
Alrighty. Okay.
You will need all the help you can get, but be careful out there, and we will try to make sure that we get the ship as close to assist you as soon as possible. But I believe in the both of you to do what must be done safely. And I would like to spend a hero point to activate Joie de Vivre, because they're going to need all the help they can get, including our Porte mages pulling this shit off.
Sweet. Alrighty then. Go.
I was going to ask, remind me again what that does?
So on your first roll, anything that is under your skill is going to be counted as a 10.
Equal to or under, isn't it?
Yes, equal to or under your skill will be counted as a
Yeah.
10.
Thank you very much.
Alright.
Ace wishes she could have heard that.
And then we synchronize our Porte mages.
Diddy.
Just
Okay,
bleeding thumbs all in the
Yeah.
center of the circle.
Yeah. Brigitte stands then, ready, and cuts what you have seen before. Very familiar screaming, bleeding. Are you still there, Nanette? Are you
gonna
watching?
back up
that?
a wee bit. Yeah, she's gonna be at least 10 feet away from wherever the Porte mages are using their bleeding portals. At least 10
Yeah.
feet.
At least.
As far away as humanly possible, while still like being able to give them a thumbs up And she's gonna go ahead and ask Vivian to pull back her marked object.
Alright. Yeah, so Vivian will do that. She will pull that back. And then Brigitte holds out her hand. She is ready. She says, you remember the rules? Yes. Rules. Eyes closed.
Yep.
Don't
I
listen to
grab her
anything.
hand and close my eyes.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Into, you feel the gentle tug as you go into the port, and it is cold like you remember, freezing cold. And before, it was kind of this gentle, well, not gentle, but it was just kind of this oppressive kind of cold. And now it's kind of this storming cold. Like, it's cold, but the cold is also battering you. Like a storm. And let's see. So, Andreas, you are hearing voices as per usual. And they say, you're not going to make it out of this deal alive. Your friends are going to die. Things like that. Gianni, you're hearing the voices, and they're saying stuff like, you are not going to be able to do this. And what else would they say? Probably, you don't have the power. So they're saying that. Let's go ahead and, resolve. And let's see. I think we just need to do straight up resolve. There's not really like a willpower. So let's just do straight up resolve.
Okay.
For both of us?
Yep, both of you.
One.
I guess technically a 1. If yeah, 'cause I only get 2 dice that way.
Yeah. All right.
And I rolled just high enough that Jodaviv didn't help me out on that.
Same here.
Yeah. So, it's tough. You start to feel, a little despondent, actually, with the things that this thing is saying. Or despondent, however, how would these things affect your character? It does start to affect you. So, from now on until the end of the game, you will take away 1 raise from any convince or intimidate, anything involving personality, any of that, based off this. So you can decide how that affects your character, like what mood it would put them in, but it does affect them because these are their worries. These are what they're worried about coming true. So yeah. So for anything like convince, intimidate, anything like that, charisma, anything like that, is going to be one less raise when you roll. You'll take one rose away. All right, but eventually, you. All right, Michael, 1 or 2.
2.
All right. You come out of the portal, and you are in you're in like a larger storage room area when you come through and manage to open your eyes. It's not the same room that you had been in, Gianni. It's a different one. It's a little bit bigger. And you are faced with, you see Julia there, Gianni. But you also have like 6 pirates looking at you as well, who have been doing various things. Hello!
I mean, that screaming asshole of reality does tend to draw some eyes.
It draws attention, yes.
Okay, guys, you gonna do something?
Just because it's so perfect, Andreas will just look up and go, "Hello there," as he draws his blades and rushes them.
Okay.
Andres, you
Excellent.
got this?
Yep.
Great.
What's Gianni gonna do?
In my mind, thinking back to when I was flying through the ship as a bee, how far below me is the brig?
Probably another level.
I will pull out the blade that cuts through anything and cut a circle in the floor right below me.
Okay. All right.
You just underworld that shit. That's awesome.
I hope you just
righty then.
moon pool your way out of the ship later.
All right, cool. All right, so we will leave them there. They have stumbled onto the Whisper. Andreas is about to fight these guys, and Gianni has
Ben
cut a
Gianni.
hole in the floor. Gianni has cut a hole in the floor. All right, cool. All right, Ace. So the ship is now within. You can see the Whisper now in front of you, and you see flames. It seems to be part of it is on fire, and it's getting a little hard. Well, you're around the storm. It doesn't seem to be affecting y'all too much, but you can definitely see that it is affecting the Whisper. What are you going to do?
That's interesting. Can someone go below decks and tell me if Gianni's back yet?
Oh, yeah. You send someone down and they quickly say, yes, and they left.
Alright, that's a plus. Well, we still go. I've got what Marines are on deck and what Raiders I have prepared to board.
They're preparing to, like, come alongside, and how are you going to board? Are you going to, like, get into
I'm going to
ship,
try to come
like,
alongside,
boats
yeah.
and go? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to try
Alright.
to come alongside, use hooks.
Alright.
You know, whatever. The normal shit. The shit that they did to us on the Utrecht.
Alright.
That we're going to do to them.
Mm-hmm. Sweet.
I'm real tempted to just ram this motherfucking shit up, but no, I'm not gonna do that until I know my people are out.
Right. Alright, cool.
I'm not doing it. Stop.
Nanette. Anything in particular at this point? You can see the Whisper out the window now. or theoretically. More galumping around.
She'll ask Vivian for whatever parcel she got out of there, and we should go speak to the captain, Monsieur Leon, if you could with me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm
You're gonna bring that
Yes,
shit to
friends.
my deck.
Well, I'm afraid this might bring the party to us, as they say. But I'm hopeful it will not. But we need to make the captain aware that we might need to make a very hasty getaway if things go very south very quickly.
Things are going fine. I don't know what you're worried
Once
about.
you get
It's
to
all
the
good.
deck, you can see that Ace already has an idea that things have gone very south. As far as Ace is concerned, this is fucked. So,
Yeah.
Captain
There-
Captain McCanson, we're going to have a problem.
drop the acting. I'm gonna mutiny after this son of a bitch. This is Demon Storm, yes? Are we in agreement? This is
It is
Day-
yes.
This is Day.
May I have a
That's what I
moment
thought.
to speak with you?
Please
she
take the wheel.
very kind of very quietly to not make it a big deal. Just we're it is very likely that Monsieur Caris will not be able to control his friend, and things might go very bad very quickly.
What do you mean he might not be? I thought that was part of the arrangement.
Things may not go according to plan. Also, I should make you aware that I am holding on to likely a mark of Monsieur Dubois in case things go very bad.
Well, what a day.
So just, I'm assuming it's there. But
No, it's fine. It's fine.
haven't checked. Haven't
Honestly,
really had the opportunity to
I-
check.
I don't know what's happening anymore. So, but you know, that is the least of my worries at the moment. That is fine. So,
Once our people are on board, we should probably make a hasty retreat if you can.
as far as I can tell, I can. I don't think catch the wind is above the table. I think catch the wind. I can use it again. I think. Oh wait, only if I have an HP. Chat. I'm gonna need that hero point because I spent my one. I appreciate you telling me, Nanette. Do you need anything while we get ready for this? I don't think the deck is probably the place for you.
It
I
is
don't
It
very
is
difficult to-
raining, by the way, by now.
It is in fact very difficult.
You look like a very well dressed, drenched cat. So
I am going to go below decks and prepare as much as I can, potentially for the wounded. But if you need anything, let me know. If you do not mind, I will keep a small contingent of Marines with me in case.
no, that's fine.
Well,
Yeah.
I hope it will not come to that, but it may.
Will you find some way to alert me if he does come?
Yes.
There needs to be probably parley. Yeah. Leave the jokes at the door. Leave the
I'm-
jokes at the door.
I'm
We'll all
maintaining
know. Yeah.
a straight face.
No, yeah.
Of course, yes.
We may need we may need him for parley.
I intend to try to make this amicable, when if possible.
If it comes up again, it wasn't personal. That's all. I will see you when we are hopefully safe again.
Please let me know if. Well, I suppose I will see our companions coming back via the portal, but if they come back by other means, then we will see.
Oh shit, does Brigitte have... She has something here, right? That she can... Oh, she's gonna take them to the other ship, right? This is me above the table. She's gonna take them to the Sapphire Dawn, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So our people are only coming back physically by normal means. Okay.
But
Okay.
given what they are up against, we had best prepare the infirmary, especially if it
No,
appears you're
absolutely, please.
preparing a boarding maneuver.
We are. Please do prepare them. Yeah, this could get real ugly real fast. So, unfortunately, I've got Pip and Squeak. They're working on the gun deck, delivering powder. So, they will be as safe as they can be, I guess, there.
We can only hope. It seems that we can press the advantage of a broadside, but I will leave
Well-
Monsieur Leon to the boarding, and I will take a few Marines with me just in case. I will not be far.
Just be safe. You know,
I try.
me as well.
You too.
Yep. And so, yep, I'm just gonna drive closer.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. All right, Gianni. So you have cut this hole. Jumping down, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. You're not sure what gets on your shoes, boots, whatever you're wearing. You probably don't want to know when you jump down. But you are in one of the cells. The empty one. You can see the one that you're in right across from you. But you have cut your way into one of the brig cells.
Kaya, can you hear me? And I start.
Does not move.
I will use the blade to cut through the lock on these doors.
Okay, cool. Yeah, easy enough. You cut through the bars and cut through all of that. So you managed to get over to Kai. He is not conscious. Not moving. He looks like he's covered in God knows what. And it looks like he has not had a great time with it. You cannot get the extent of the damage, but yeah.
Alright, kid. We're going to get you out of here, and I'm going to take care of you. I am going to activate a hero point for weaving, and I'm going to take him off. I'm going to basically unweave him from the storm.
Sweet. All right. Roll your sortie then. This will take 3. You've done this a few times before, so that's not too bad.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's not even going to be worth counting up. But I've got 2 zeros right off the top, so I got 2 tens.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. Cool. So yeah, you managed to cut him off from the storm that's happening right now. Now what are you gonna do?
I need to get him somewhat awake. I mean, I'm slapping him around lightly on the face, trying to get him to wake up. I'm like, kid, we got to go. And I'm not very strong.
You're beating the shit out of my brother.
Your half-dead brother. Come on, just slap him over your back and carry him through the place between. It works every time.
Do not do that.
All right. Wits and knowledge. I guess you're trying to figure out how to get him awake. Get him awake enough.
Well, at least I have good wits. I don't think there's a knowledge actual skill.
There is.
Oh.
It's
Oh,
a
there is?
scholarship.
Oh, scholarship. Okay.
Yeah, scholarship. Sorry, too much vampire.
3?
Scholarship. All right, perfect. You managed to get some movement, not very much. Obviously, he's dazed. Not really, with it, so to speak, but awake.
All right, kid, we have got to get you out of here. Let's go. And I'm taking him back towards the hold to see if I can get our porte mage that came there. See if I can get them to help.
All right. Okay. All right. Cool. So that's a good opportunity. Meanwhile, Andreas, you're facing down these 6 pirates and Julia. Um, Julia is kind of back in the back. She's not quite sure what's going on, but she may have some idea, but she's not sure. So it's more like
I figured
she's kind of in a
recognize.
held defense.
I figured she would
mode.
at least recognize Brigitte.
Brigitte, exactly. She doesn't know exactly, but she's held back because she doesn't know if like cover is blown or anything like that. So she's kind of held back at the moment, just kind of in a standard defense. And you're taking
Okay.
on these brutes. All right, cool. So what? Let's go ahead then. How are you gonna attack?
He pulls his blades out, rushes in, and begins just smashing, like basically just moving in and with his pommels and sides of the blade, just basically knocking them all upside the head and tripping them down. And he's basically is just moving around, and the flare of his jacket, like his jacket, is flaring out as he does. Just he's becoming, just as not so much a whirlwind of steel, but of a much more controlled, like, weapon. He's instead of his normal like battle axe style of just going in and destroying, he is now like a scalpel. Everything is precise, so that he takes 0 lives but knocks them all out.
All right, cool. All right, so let's do. That's gonna be probably swordsmanship.
Yep, for him is wits and weaponry.
Yep,
Plus
wits and
things,
weaponry.
3 legs, and lots of stuff.
Alrighty.
Ten successes with 1 left over.
All right, cool. So you are not killing these guys. You specifically said, right?
Correct.
Alrighty then. So you knock these guys out. They don't put up much of a fight. And then after you're finished, and Brigitte is there, and Julia is there, and they're kind of looking at each other and looking at you. It's like quiet for a moment. You see the Davis standing there while leaning up against one of the walls, as the Davis does. Looks down at all the 6 people in front of you. Just looks down at them and then at you.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
The battle isn't over yet. You've never put a time limit on me paying the price before.
above table, and the immortal words of Darth Vader. I have amended the deal. I want my payment if you wish this to continue.
So we can amend the deals now.
Add specificity.
Add specificity? Very
Yeah.
well. Hey. My amendment to the deal. I will give you, for you to continue to just control the storm and not let it affect anyone, 2 pieces of my soul. Above the table, I'm offering 2 points of corruption.
And what about my blood?
You get my soul instead.
Not
We're amending the
fair.
deal. Your payment is happening now, and you get 2 chunks of my soul.
I will need more than that.
How much more?
If you wish to amend the deal this way and not give me the first payment we agreed upon,
Mm-hmm.
your family instead. You have a choice. You can give me my blood here, or I will take the blood from your family later. And with that, we're going to go ahead and take a break while Andreas considers his options. right. Here we are, folks. We are back. And all right. So here we go. I am actually going to come back to our little moment. Let's steep the anticipation. All right. So, Ace, you're now. They are obviously pretty busy on the Whisper, with everything going on. At the distance you are now, you can see Silent Death, and he is there, and he's got the bracers, and they are arcing, but it's like a purple kind of lightning now. Nothing like what you had seen before. He is signing furiously to various people. You do catch sight of Dubois standing next to Silent Death. You see Hands, as you call him, interpreting for Silent Death. Yeah, and y'all are pretty close. So what are we doing?
Well, I am going to, I probably would have done this on the way over, but I'm going to say that now is the time when I order for cannons to start being readied. And we're going to... Okay, does Silent Death look like he's in pain?
Something is going on.
Or just confused as fuck?
It's something like pain and confused. I mean, if you're going to try to guess, pain, confusion, anger, all sorts of complicated emotions going across that face.
Okay, yeah.
Although he doesn't look bad in his wet t-shirt.
Is he wearing a t-shirt? Wow.
He's wearing a white. He's wearing a white.
He's wearing a nice white shirt like this, and it's all wet and sticking to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm immune to his pecs. Okay. Mostly, I'm like, God damn, I'm gonna drive a cannon right through that heart.
Glad to be below decks.
yeah, we don't need Nanette having feelings for someone else. No,
It's just so glistening.
I had to throw that in there at some point. I can't have all these wet hot people running around and not mention it.
Ace is in a white shirt, and it's wet too, so it's
there
just
we go.
We're all just tits out for God, okay?
All right,
so
everybody in the audience, vote for who you think looks best in a white shirt in the rain.
In the rain.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. Moving along.
So, yeah, I'm going to kind of turn the ship, depending on how much room we have in this cove, which I assume is plenty. I'm going to kind of angle the ship so we can, not necessarily broadside, but as soon as we're in a position where I can get the most guns trained on them, and we're in range, I'm going to fire.
All right. Cool. All right. Nanette. People are getting ready to fire. You can hear it. I mean, you hear them walking around, and you hear the cannons moving, and the ship is right there. What are you? You're in the infirmary, I assume, as you said?
Yeah, I guess we're preparing the infirmary because there's going to be casualties one way or another. Our crew are theirs, and I would prefer it not be ours, but we are still the good guys, so if we must, we will help other people. So yeah, we're going to be preparing to take on the injured, but she does have a hand kind of on her knife, or on a knife, just in preparation for things to go inevitably tits up.
Nanette would know all about it.
And she's familiar with bad deals and things going absolutely tits up.
You know what's the saying? If you fall on stage, tits out and smile.
What if you don't have any?
Yeah.
Make it work.
Make it work. All right. Yeah. At some point, you see Pip and Squeak go by, and they look like they're having the time of their lives. These poor boys have no idea. Miss, you're missing everything. They're running back with powder and shit, you know, like.
Someone has to stay behind and get ready for the damage that might happen to our ship or theirs. Remember, we want to make sure we don't lose any lives among our crew, and hopefully not on theirs. They've suffered enough under Silent Death.
They look a little somber at that. They kind of stop a second, the boys, and they kind of look at you. And then they kind of go about their business, but they're a little less
Gung-ho,
exuberant
little
than they
less
were.
gung-ho about murder.
What, this crew?
All right. Meanwhile, Gianni, okay, you were shouting out for Brigitte, right? You
Yeah.
see her peek her head over the hole.
All right, this one's ready to go.
Something's going on up here.
Okay.
I don't know what. Andreas is talking to somebody, and he's talking about a
And-
deal of some kind.
And you can't see it.
No.
Get Julia over here. Because you can only take 2 people back, can't you?
Yes.
It's going to need to be Julia and Kia. So go ahead and get Julia to Kaya. Kaya,
You knew
Yeah.
that was coming. Come on. All right.
Key
Yeah,
is a third
so
name.
So you see Brigitte, move, and Andreas, you would see that, and periphery, you kind of hear Brigitte
Not
talking.
paying attention to it at all.
All right, cool.
At this point, I
Alright,
might
so
I might
then-
as well have a notice score of 0.
Yeah. All right. So Brigitte and Julia jump down.
Kaya, I am going to bind your eyes because I do not want you to risk looking while you're going in between.
Julia will help you, and like hold him up a bit and everything. And so, I mean, basically, her and Brigitte will like be on either side, and when they go through and everything.
Take good care of him. And
right.
once I see they go through, I'll go back up through the
Yep,
hole.
screaming portal opens, and they go through, and you kind of hop on up there. You see Andreas and the Davis staring at each other. There are 6 pirates unconscious on the floor.
Am I good to talk? Am I no, good?
We're good to talk.
Okay. Sorry,
You're good.
that came out wrong. That came out wrong.
No,
Um,
I'm just saying. Yeah, you can notice that and see
Yeah.
Gianni if you
Yeah.
wish.
Andreas looks, and he goes, I will not let you kill my family. But I do not want to kill for you or anyone else again. I offer you this instead. I will take us back to where we first met. And when I step into that clearing, you will be free to wander the earth again. Or to wander Thea again. The moment we make land, I will travel to there, making all haste that I can, and I will not stall. And I will not jump from ship to ship in order to stay at sea, in order to continue to chain you. I truly offer you your freedom to wander and make deals again once we enter that clearing. And in return, all I ask is that you make this storm affect no one whatsoever. Just continue to hold back silent death.
And if you do not do this,
I know what
I will
I know.
take your life.
I understand.
Very well.
I'm offering.
It's a deal. And I wouldn't feel too bad about it. I've manipulated better men than you. And then a Davis pops out. And Gianni, you have just witnessed this.
Andreas, do you have a plan for that, or are you just really shooting from the hip on that one?
It frees us both, and it doesn't free them during this battle, so that someone else, like Silent Death, can make a deal. It's my one last deal, and this is not the worst price I've ever paid. The Ratas has had Davis's escape by when other people have died. I will go to them. I will give them all the research. I will give them the name. And when the next Ushijai chains them, they'll have at least 3 pieces of the name already, maybe more.
We've got our work cut out for us at this point.
That we do.
And Gianni really doesn't have much to say. He's going to find a way to quietly and methodically make his way to the deck. Probably going out a window and going up the side of the ship.
I'll follow.
Okay. That's the direct. All right. Both of you are taking the direct route.
Kind of.
Alrighty then.
I'm not going
kind
along
of.
the deck to go walk past everybody. I'm going outside and.
But that is the shortcut.
It is a
It
shortcut.
is the
Yeah,
secret
it is.
passage.
And the Gianni way,
Yeah,
frankly.
not that he hasn't
so.
climbed the outside of the ship at least once before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It'll be
finesse
familiar.
and athletic. 3 for both of you.
3.
All right, let's get this started.
4 with 1 left over.
All right. Cool. Perfect.
Oh, I'm not
6
gonna roll.
total,
Yeah.
none left over.
All right. Cool. I'll even give you an advantage. Do you want to land in any particular spot on the deck with that?
I'm trying to come up behind Silent Death.
Alrighty then. So, we will move on then to Ace, and that contingent, considering what's a notice, Ace, sight, obviously. We're gonna see if you can spot Monkey Gianni monkeying about.
You're
on
muted, by the way.
You're muted, Ru.
Yeah, and mute yourself.
Oh
There you-
yeah, I don't want to shoot the flea off the dog. Let's see here.
In this particular case.
Mhm.
That is. Oh, did I? That? What do you give me now? No, that doesn't work. Sorry, just 1 second. All is well. All is well. Yeah, that's 4 with 3 left over.
All right, cool. Yeah, you see a Gianni, along the side of the Whisper,
Keg's like,
heading towards.
Keg's like, are you ready for me to fire? And I'm like, no. God damn it, Johnny. God damn it, Johnny.
Hold fire!
Hold fire. Play that. Jesus. As soon as you see Gianni get off the fucking side of the fucking boat, belay that. Just hold it.
All right.
Oh. Borders,
So he
prepare.
Yeah. All right. And Andreas, you can come up on deck, of course. And Nanette.
Is just gonna be holding at the ready, it's very steady, because it's about to go
Alrighty.
down. And I
Go
give villains
down.
bonus dice if I'm in there, so I'm gonna stay crippled below deck.
Woo.
Do you still have critical wounds?
Yeah, we haven't really had opportunity to rest with
Well,
you
it's
know, very
It's
quickly.
supposed to go away between sessions.
There's been a lot going on, and we've had to prepare very quickly, so there wasn't really a good rest
So you're
time.
still
so,
at
yeah,
3?
2.
Or just 2?
2.
Okay. Well, heal your goddamn self.
I cannot.
Alrighty then. Gianni, you are now up and behind Silent Death. You see Dubois, Silent Death, and Hans, his assistant, there. When you crawl up onto the crawl up onto the deck. What are you gonna do?
I am going to spend my hero point to activate Moonless Night. And I'm going to look into the lines of fate, find the one that is my brother's magic, and sever it.
Alright. Alrighty then. Alright, so, yeah, alright. So what this looks like is, Nanette's magic was, connected to the in-between. What you find and what you discover, when you're there is that, there is sort of this spot, kind of like where, like the crown chakra would be almost. Like, you're looking at like a chakra kind of deal, where most of the base of the fate comes from. At least in this instance, because he's concentrating it into the bracers and consolidating it. It's where like your main fate line is going to come from. And you're going to sever that?
Yes.
Okay. Roll your sorte.
Alright.
Using your Moonless Night.
Alright. So that means that my sorte is technically a 5. What is the stat that I'm using? Is it panache or wits?
It would be, I'd say wits, because, because you definitely would need to, it's more of a looking and knowing which one to do kind of thing, more
Alright.
than over style or anything.
Since I'm coming out of the shadows to do this, it's going to be 8 raises.
Alright. 8 total.
8
Alright.
total.
So you cut this fake line. And everyone, pirates, anybody on deck, anyone on the Belladonna, hears like this unearthly kind of wail, almost. And a bunch of pirates kind of collapse to the deck. The bracers immediately, they fall away from Silent Death, clap onto the deck. But then they are kind of immediately taken up by this kind of purplish power at the same time. And sudden death, and a lot of the pirates, not all of them, but quite a few of them, collapse to the deck. And sudden death does as well. For a moment, he kind of manages to catch it a little bit and just kind of goes down to his knees. He doesn't like collapse unconscious, but it's definitely a reaction to what's happening. And he turns. All right, Ace.
Yeah.
You observe this, all of this.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Roxanne needs a moment to process all the swear words in her head. And try to be diplomatic about this. Yeah, we're just gonna shoot the shit out of that ship. So I give the command to fire. Yep.
All right.
I don't
cool.
care who's on it anymore.
God damn.
If I see those bracers get picked up by purple energy, I don't fucking care. Shoot them all. Take them out.
I don't think it could ever work.
Huh?
I don't think that's gonna do anything.
Well, not to the purple bracers, no. Or not to the purple power with the bracers now, no.
All right. So, go ahead and shoot. Cannons, damage.
I have no idea. Who has the ship sheet?
What you need?
What is our damage on cannons?
There isn't.
There really isn't. So cannons is kind
how
of its
much,
own.
What do they do?
It's brawn and wits,
Oh, okay.
Brawn and
or
wits.
brawn
the
slash
ship,
wits
right?
to do. Yeah.
My brawn and my wits.
Brawn or wits in aim.
Oh, well, good. Then we're doing wits and aim, if that's okay.
Yep.
I'm not too shabby at that. Does this count as a physical risk aboard a ship?
I believe so.
Sweet.
I
Okay, cool.
mean, you're certainly drawing attention to yourself, and who knows, the cannons could explode or something. But
I
Yeah.
mean, they could just save my little powder boys. Well, that's not bad. Okay. Right. That is 3 successes with 1 left over.
all right. Cool. Yeah. So you blast into the Whisper, and wood goes flying everywhere. Very, very extremely loud. Everyone hears these cannons. You have done some good damage to it. Absolutely. All right. Cool. Andreas, so you're up on deck now, and I mean, you get up and you have observed what Gianni did. What are you going to do?
Gianni, how close are you to where?
I haven't said that I've left. I plan on leaving, but I haven't said I've left yet.
Yeah,
But how
they're
close
kind
do
of
you-
just looking at each other right now. But
Andreas will play a hunch that they had earlier and go, Gianni the dagger, and hold his Mangosh hand out as he draws his other blade for Gianni to toss it to him. And as he does, and if Gianni does, Andres is heading right for the bracers. And is going to, and it looks like and if he can, he'll catch it and then immediately begin to just, if he gets tossed it, he'll immediately begin to just slash through the artifacts, attempting to destroy them, so that the Davis can't get have them. But that's currently he's doing. He's just running right at it, hoping Gianni throws him the dagger.
All right, cool. All right, we'll come back to that then. Nanette, all this is going on. Are we doing anything different, or are we just like la 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 la? Things are going on. La la.
Well, honestly, it might be good to go up on deck just to see what's going on, because cannons are starting to go off, which likely means it's about to get dicey. So yeah, May's worth hobbling up there to see what's going on.
All right, cool. You get up there, and you see Silent Death, like, kneeling on the deck next to Dubois and Hans. And Gianni is facing him off, and facing against him. A lot of the pirates are, trying to stand up. And you see Andreas running across the deck with his hand out. Ace is probably at the helm, giving orders. That's what you see.
Captain, what the fuck is going on?
A Davis fart just picked up the bracers. That's what's fucking going on. That's where I am right now. And I'm just gonna shoot. I'm gonna shoot. And I trust that if that the people that I want to get off the ship will get off the ship. That's where I am at the moment. I don't know. I can't even fucking deal with it right now.
Maybe we should just force a parley. They don't seem to be doing well.
How do we get their? Well, I mean, we have their attention. I mean, I have not ordered a second volley.
I'm sure that there's a flag for surrender, and we can make parley.
What?
No?
I mean, no. I'm sure there is. On my turn, I will call for surrender. I'm not gonna surrender. I will call for their surrender.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, there are different flags. Like, you can put a flag up for, like, we need to discuss, and then, like, a surrender flag.
We can put up a flag for parley.
Yeah. I mean, you're close enough that you could even shout it across, if you wanted to.
Yeah, I just assume I'd have to wait till my turn.
Barbosa, like, whoever thought of parlay?
Yeah, I just didn't know if it was my turn and if I could do that.
All right, cool. All right, cool. You can do that. So Gianni, you are now facing, your brother. What are you in? They're now turning and look at you.
Okay, so I need to understand exactly what's happening. Are the bracers still on my brother?
They fell off.
Got picked up by the Davis
when
fart.
you cut. Because that's what was controlling the storm, and so he was kind of fighting Silent Death for it. But now he has been requested, and part of the deal was to control the storm. So once the bracers were no longer attached to Silent Death, he could take them and do as he was requested to control the storm. That's what's happening right now. You guys won't be affected by it, but he has him. Because that was also part of the deal.
Wait. Part of the deal was that he gets the bracers?
No. And
No.
no point where the bracers were mentioned.
Just
Only
to
that he
control the
controls
storm. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Because I was
done by the bracers.
I was about to call a table meeting real fucking fast.
No, but because the bracers were the thing controlling the storm,
sure,
and he is now under a deal to do that, once they got cut from Silent Death.
That absolutely makes sense. Yep, that absolutely makes sense. Well, consequences, okay.
Consequences, what a show. Consequences, here we go. All right. Anyway. uh, all right. So Gianni, yeah, you're basically had been behind them when that happened. They turned. So now you have your brother facing you. Pirates are behind him, trying to get up. He's trying to rise from where he had fallen on his knees to the deck. What are you gonna do? I mean, you're close to the thing, I imagine, like the behind you, like the edge where you had climbed up. You see the ship. You see, you can see the Belladonna right there.
John has requested a moment.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
sure,
all right.
sure. Absolutely.
He's got to process
No,
all
no,
of
no.
this.
All right, cool. I'll let you process and let me go ahead and well, yeah. I'll go ahead then. So, Nanette, you're raising the flag.
Or at least
or,
requesting the
you
flag
two,
to be
the
raised.
parlay, yeah.
And that's going
Parlay.
over there. She's raising the flag.
Sure. Hey, why not? Why not? Let Charles and Thomas do something. I mean,
Well,
they
you
can
know what?
tilt the flag.
She'll make Tomas do it.
Yeah, is
He
Tomas
will-
working on the deck? I'll be like, Tomas.
Tomas have been trying to help where he could.
Well, he got nominated as a cabin boy, and I feel like raising flags is a very cabin boy thing to do.
It is.
Aiko,
It
is. So
Aiko Ane.
So raise the parlay flag,
All right. Yeah.
Tomas.
All right. Yeah. Sure. So he runs over. Charles goes and helps him, so they can get it done faster.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
part of the amended deal was that the Davis do no more harm.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean
That's what I'm
anything.
saying. The storm won't. Yeah. The storm
No,
will not
the
affect
Davis
you
does
all,
have
I
to
mean.
because the Davis has to do exact, so it can no longer do
Right.
harm.
Oh, they're really good at
Yeah,
keeping their
it
end
is.
of the bargains, unlike the rest of us.
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe
So the
Steven should
storm will
stop
no
making
longer
deals with-
affect you all, but he does have
They
possession of the
can't do what they're
bracers.
supposed to.
So.
Yeah. Well,
Right now.
that's just what we're dealing with. So yeah, the parlay flag is raised.
All right. Cool. And Nanette, once you have seen Thomas do that, are you doing anything else in terms of?
She's going to make her way up to the acting captain and I guess brace, hopefully, for a parlay. And if not, then well, if they do
All
not
right.
wish to talk amicably, then I suppose we shall be ready for them.
And Gianni, I'm gonna assume he's not tossing Andreas the knife, which is what he was requesting last time.
Not in this case, because he thinks
Alright.
that cutting the bracers is going to be a really bad idea. He wants that knife for something else.
All right.
It's one of those things where he is incredibly conflicted right now.
Everyone's
So
been
Andres,
confident.
he's not. Gianni is paying attention, and he's not tossing you the knife. So what are you?
Andre,
going to do in that?
you said Silent Death's crew collapsed, correct? And
But
Yeah,
so
they're getting
back up.
I mean, yeah, they're getting back up, so they're not like unconscious. They just kind of got jolted and kind of went down a bit, but they're getting up now. There's about, I'd say maybe at least 20 up here. There's quite a few.
Andreas will run to where the Purple Haze has the bracers, and he will go. The storm can go away now, and these were not part of the deal, and pulls them and grabs them. And doesn't try to put them on, like just grabs them.
All right. You are going to take damage from that. Initially, that's going to be, because you don't have them on, but they are actively being used at the time by the Davis to do stuff with the storm. So, go ahead and. What is your wounds like right now? Are you completely healed?
0 wounds.
All right. Cool. All right. Go ahead and take a critical from
Dramatic?
that. From that, yeah, dramatic. All right. Gianni, do we have a play yet?
At this point, he wants to wait and see how this parlay goes. Either that, or does if he sees the Davis, because I mean he sees the bracers floating.
Effects.
He sees all these effects, but he does not see the Davis.
The David. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so,
Okay.
yeah, at this point, there's a lot going on that he is kind of overwhelmed with.
Does that deal matter anymore? That we
If the
can
bat,
see?
I would say, if they surrender, technically the battle's over and the deal has completed, except for Andreas paying the price. But it all depends on
Well,
whether.
no,
or
I'm
not.
not. I'm not talking about that deal. I'm talking about the deal that we can see the Davis. Does that even matter?
Until
anymore?
he
Now
gets
the Davis-
freed, it'll be in
does?
effect
Okay.
until the Davis is freed. Yeah.
Okay.
Because until he is actually freed, the deals that he has made are in effect. Are in effect. Yeah, so in that case, you're watching Silent Death get up, and he looks around, and he sees the parlay flag. And he sees Andreas, he sees you, obviously, he's looking around. And he looks at Gianni and he signs and hands interpreters for him. He says, I heard what you said to my father. Do you think we have anything more to say to each other? And then he's going to look over at Dubois, and Dubois is going to start to make a portal. And you all are seeing this. I mean, if you're up on deck, this can be seen.
I literally am stuck in thought right this second. I mean, because it's like he does not want them to get away. Obviously doesn't want the Davis to have the bracers. Yeah, I'm kind of in between a rock and a hard space here, and unfortunately,
I mean, your choices are, I mean, you can go after the bracers. You can try to stop them from leaving. You can just try to get back to the Belladonna. I mean, those are some options.
Could you use your "we're not so different after all" plan?
technically I could have until I hurt him. And now that I've hurt him with my action...
No, I don't think that's how it goes. I think it has to be after you engage it that matters.
But I'm also out of hero points at this point.
Oh, well, that's what you need
Oh, well.
to say first then. Don't give me some bullshit. It's really, you just have no in-game currency.
Because I think, I'm just like you. I thought it has to be activated at the start of the scene. I'd have
It's
to
not.
look. Oh, okay.
And I'll let you know I'm not married to any of these outcomes. So there's no like right choice here. There's just your
Yeah,
choice.
we just need someone that's actually in the moment, like on that chip, that is understanding everything that's going on to do something. The rest of us are just kind of sitting here going, please just do something.
Yeah. And you definitely see Andreas trying
you
to
got a hero
wrestle with
point.
the
All right. Somebody actually gave me a hero point.
Oh, it's Revna, of
all
course.
right.
So I will go ahead
Revna,
and...
I thought we were friends. I thought we were friends. What the heck?
I'll go ahead and
Um,
activate.
great.
I'm just like you.
Alrighty then. And what are you gonna say? Anything in particular?
You know what I said. but you leave this ship, everything you've tried to fight for is going to be for naught. After all, there's still the treasure, and you could work for me.
He snorts a bit once that hits, and he says, "You obviously think I'm in a much worse position than I am."
All right, Gianni is, at this point, he's not going to give in on any of that. He just looks at Andreas and says, jump off the ship. And I run for the edge of the ship, and I yell for Ace. Blast the crap out of the whole damn thing.
We just signaled for parley! You goddamn motherfuckers! What the hell are you doing?
Please, we don't need to swear. We're trying to be better.
Because while he gets like you're one of him,
I'm a little stressed in that.
it's one of those things where, because I don't want you to think like, I mean, what he is a pirate, so he's figuring you're just as morally corrupt as he is. So that's kind of what he's going off of, you know. At least that's how I'm viewing it. If you have some sort of different logic, let me know. But that's kind of my thing with him saying, you know, there's other stuff going on.
Yeah.
So,
do y'all mind? I'm gonna, I'm just going to need a moment, and so can we go ahead and step away for a moment?
sure. Yeah, for sure.
I
For sure,
appreciate
for
it.
sure.
Thank you.
No
we'll be
worries.
back in just a few minutes, everyone. I'm going to start the timer by this to need a moment.
All right. folks. We have had quite a lot of turn of events. So, we would like to leave you a little bit early, but with a little bit of a taster of what's going to be coming along next week. At this point, we are going to be going ahead, and we have the Belladonna kind of side to the Whisper. The Whisper has been attacked. The people are there. The pirates are there, and they've been getting up. Andreas has been... we will take it back a little bit, and we will say Andreas is heading towards the bracers. So we'll just take it back a little bit. And so you can take that dramatic wound away now. And we will take it back to before the portal started to be made. So what we have is kind of Andreas on deck. We have Gianni facing off against Silent Death and Dubois and Hans. And we have Nanette and Ace on the ship. So it's very exciting. So I encourage you to come back. We're doing it on Thursday, right? Am I correct?
We are
We're
coming
gonna
back
finish up on Thursday.
as long as everybody's feeling all right and we're all back
Right.
to our chipper
Yeah, and that-
non-cruddy selves.
Not Halloween as promised before. Sorry.
Yep.
But
No.
Yep, Michael.
I will
So
still
just
be in
be on the
costume.
lookout.
Michael had a union job, and that is very important. So we moved that. We made an arrangement. So tomorrow night we'll do Alien at 7 p.m. in the Revverse, and we'll continue that adventure. And then on Thursday we will be back for more by leaps and bounds.
Yes, we absolutely will. So tune in and keep an eye on when that's going to be and how that's going to be. And until then, I wish you fair winds and following seas. Oh, unless you guys have announcements to make or anything.
I think that was it. This
Yeah,
week.
it's a
All
pretty
right,
easy
cool.
week.
All right, fair winds and following seas to y'all.
Bye,
Night.
friends.
Good night, everyone.